Hey, welcome to another Toothpickings. I'm Brian. Thank you for inviting me in. And that's what I want to talk about today, the whole idea of an invitation. This is a question that I get cornered with so often. Where does the whole cliche of vampires need an invitation to come to the house, to enter a home, come from? And the answer is kind of unsatisfying.
The trouble with being a vampire is you have to be invited in, to go in.
I'd like to come in to the bar, please.
There's a lot of answers to this question on the internet, and I think most of them are wrong. When I look around the internet as to why do vampires need an invitation, a lot of it's just kind of, fanciful. And that's fine. We're vampires. We're dealing with vampires in fantasy. You can have a fanciful answer as far as I'm concerned. But let me take a stab at something that's slightly more academic. It's a two-part answer. In the earliest fiction, going back to the early 1800s, vampires didn't require an invitation into a home necessarily, but they did require an invitation into your life. Take, for example, the starring example would be Polidori's The Vampire from 1819. Riven the vampire does not harm those who do not willingly seek out his help or his companionship. It's only those who ask for his help or take his loans. Those are the people who get ruined. Anyone else, bystanders, are pretty safe.
Paid Dr. Polidori no heed.
And that continues to be the case for vampires throughout much of the 19th century, until we get to 1844. And then we get a story called The Mysterious Stranger by Karl von Waxman. It's republished anonymously later. It sometimes gets confused with a Mark Twain story, not the same. This is actually a very readable story. It holds up very well. And in it, there is for the first time that I am aware of, a very clear need for the vampire to be invited over a threshold into a home. I'm going to read the quote here. "You wish it, you press the invitation," added the stranger earnestly and decidedly. "To be sure, for otherwise you will not come," replied the young lady shortly. "Well then, come I will," said the other, again fixing his gaze on her. "If my company does not please you at any time, you will have yourself to blame. For an acquaintance with one who seldom forces himself but is difficult to shake off." Now, is that a silver bullet for I need an invitation to come attack you? No, but I think this is where it starts. And with all vampire fiction, there is an evolution. The vampires we had 200 years ago don't look like the vampires today, right? The stuff evolves. I think The Mysterious Stranger is where the need for an invitation to enter a home begins in vampire fiction.
Don't ever invite a vampire into your house, you silly boy. It renders you powerless.
Did you know that? Of course. Everyone knows that.
Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge folklore, because in the folklore, there are these warnings to not let evil spirits or ghosts or vampires into a home. But it's not quite the same as vampire needs an invitation to attack you. It's not like that. It's more just a warning of keep yourself safe, barricade yourself in. As you know, in the folklore, if there was a vampire in your midst, you were already in trouble because most likely the vampire was a member of your family who had recently died. So they were kind of already on the inside, right? There was no need for them to get an invitation. So it doesn't quite work in the folklore. I don't see a strong connection between the folklore and the fiction in this case. I have read of isolated incidences where maybe there was a very specific, especially in Italy, don't let a vampire into your home or don't invite them into your home. But it doesn't seem to have influenced the fiction. So I don't see a lot of crossover there.
Du måste bjuda in mig.
I hope my 2 cents are worth something to you because although I am not the end-all be-all expert on this, I know that there's a lot of very unreliable information on the internet. Go figure. Especially in regards to this particular vampire trope. I don't know why this particular trope has so much bad info on it, but it does. So guard yourself and don't invite bad information into your life. And maybe you'll be a little bit safer. I'll see you soon.